So photography and videography have always been really closely related, and I'm going to talk about some reasons why shooting photos will help improve your video skills. Hi everyone, my name is John. I am a photographer and a videographer in Minnesota, and I'm going to kind of go over some reasons why photography can be really beneficial towards improving your videography skills, both with composition, with understanding of lighting, getting more comfortable with your gear and knowing the limitations, but also things that maybe you didn't think you could do with your gear, and also getting to know the area around you and some of the benefits that that can have. So one thing that photography has going for it is that it's a lot easier to really just get up and start going. You don't need a bunch of lights with you. You don't need audio. There are a lot of things that you don't necessarily have to worry about when it comes to photography that you would have to worry about with shooting video. This kind of lends itself to being able to go and practice more often. You can go out for just an hour and it doesn't take you another hour just to set things up. It can be a lot easier to get some quality practice in without having to spend a ton of time prepping for that. Luna, say hello. Okay. Do you want to sit here? And so with this extra practice that you're able to do when you don't, say, have as much time to go shoot video, or you don't have something prepared and ready to go shoot, you don't have a project, this will allow you to focus on some technical skills that will really help improve your video skills overall. The first and probably the biggest is going to be working on composition. And composition is going to play a huge role in how you tell a story visually. That's the whole thing with videos, that you're a visual storyteller. So you want to be able to compose things in a way that, one, are visually interesting, two, that lends itself to the story, and that doesn't distract from what you're trying to say, from the main character, from the storyline, from your main focus. Composition also plays a huge role in photography because, rather than telling a story with a bunch of images put together, you're telling a story with just a single image. But composition still plays that key role in how you have a viewer's eye move through the photo, where you're gonna put your focus, how you're going to interact with the light around you. And so that kind of brings us into our second point, which is learning to manipulate light and just learning more about light in general. I think, maybe it was like Roger Deakins or someone who said that, the best practice for learning how to light scenes that look natural and that look visually interesting is to go out and observe the natural way things are lit. How does the sun interact with certain surfaces? How does the sun shoot through this window? What does it look like on this person on a overcast day? And light is another one of those big things, those really impactful things that can make or break a scene or make or break a photo. Almost, probably not quite, but almost as important as having good audio for a video. Knowing more about how light works and how it looks in the real world is going to do nothing but help you, on your way towards mastering light and mastering the ability to shape light and manipulate it in a way that helps improve your storytelling. And so with practicing lighting and getting that kind of mastery over light, you're not only going to learn how to modify and how to compose shapes with light, but you're also going to learn how to work with different colors of light. Light isn't just a single color. You can have warm light at sunset and sunrise, You get the blue hour light right as the sun dips below before, you kind of get too dark. There are a lot of different types of light, and there are a lot of things you can do with different types of light. And seeing these kind of different colors of light out in nature, in the real world, is going to help you with recreating those same conditions on sets for an interview, for a music video. While you're kind of out adventuring and taking photos and seeing how light is interacting with the world around you, you're also going to be kind of learning about the area around you. What do you have access to? What are some cool locations that are near you? What maybe there's a certain time of day that this certain area looks really beautiful. And so you can learn those things, and then you can use it almost as location scouting while you're practicing your composition, while you're practicing modifying light and manipulating light. You can use that as a time to go out and scout locations, scout times of day. Maybe you go to the same location in the morning one day, and then later that week you go there at sunset, and you see how it's different. What are some things that look better at this time that looked worse, or that you didn't think was usable at this time? Knowing the area around you really can kind of open up a lot of ideas, and it can help kind of get those creative juices flowing and help you think about how you can utilize the area around you, rather than, Googling for interesting locations near me. Rather than relying on other people or places other people have already been, you'll rely on your own knowledge of the area. So then when you're ready to produce a short film or a music video, or maybe you're, shooting some experimental film, whatever it may be, you'll know, okay, this location has what I need. At this time on a sunny day, it's going to have really nice light shooting between these two buildings that are across the street from it. Or this location has really nice light coming through the windows at this time of day. I'm going to talk to the owner and see if I can use that space for this music video during that time. And so with all this time and energy that you're going to be putting into practicing photography to help improve those composition, your ability to master light, your locations that you have around you, you're going to be spending a lot of time with the gear that you have, and you're going to get a much better understanding of your gear, and it's going to become second nature to do certain things like pulling focus. Maybe when you do this, you only shoot manually. So you get really good at pulling manual focus. So then when you're in a situation where autofocus doesn't work, or you have to use a camera that doesn't have autofocus, you're able to kind of have that skill with pulling focus manually. So this is all just kind of lending towards having more tools in your tool belt, which is a thing that people say all the time. Is kind of just like a boring analogy, but it's true. Having more skills available to you isn't going to hurt you, and it actually is just going to help unlock certain opportunities for you. And so those are just kind of some of my thoughts on why photography can be really helpful towards building up your skills as a videographer, cinematographer, a DP, and why it's important to constantly be working towards having more skills, better mastery of certain skills, and why you don't need to just film more to get better at the kind of technical understanding of composition, of lighting, and of getting to know the gear that you have. Thanks for listening. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'm going to be trying to do some more videos of things that I think are interesting that might help people. Maybe I'll review some gear, I don't know, but more videos are sure to come.